Hello, my name is Tylluan. I'm a solitary pagan witch, I'm an author and the founder of the Wolf and Howl Press. Today's little chat is just a few thoughts. Why do we love Samhain, Halloween, so much? What is it about that festival that we really warm to? Because when I was a girl, it was barely celebrated. The big one that was celebrated nearby in the UK was Bonfire Night on November the 5th, which is still celebrated. But with the resurgence, if you like, of paganism, and in particular, oh, that was one of the dogs sighing, in particular with the way we've been able to go a little bit more public, I think the things about Halloween have actually resurfaced. And in a way, all the commercialism that everybody says, oh, that's awful, but in a way it's been very good for pagans because it has given us a chance to actively celebrate, and nobody really bats much of an eyelid. Our celebrations might be a little more focused than some of the Halloween stuff, but it doesn't matter. Sorry about this. Daisy is having a scratch. Sorry, you might meet Daisy afterwards. She might actually join in, but she's quite tired. Daisy, stop it, love. Come on. There's a good girl. There we are. Anyhow. What was I saying? Why do we love it so much? Well, what is it? Now, you can see I've done something here in this series of videos. I don't know whether you can see it over my shoulder, but we have an orange candle and a couple of little china toadstools. There we are, just for a bit of fun. Just to make it bright, cheerful, make a change. Why do we like it? Well, I think there's a couple of things. I think because by the time we reach the end of October, beginning of November, the nights have really drawn in. We're really getting a touch of winter. We might even get a frost or two. And one of the wonderful things about celebrating like this is all the lights we can use. We can use a bonfire. We can use the lights in the, well, when I was young, it was a turnip or a swede lantern. Nowadays, it's these wonderful big pumpkins, which are so easy to carve. I mean, honestly, if you've ever tried to carve a lantern out of a swede, well, it was awful. It'd take all day and night. And the next day it was awfully hard. They looked wonderful and they kept for quite a while, but oh, they were hard going. So the big orange pumpkins, this lovely orange colour. And what does orange remind you of? Reminds you of the sun. And in these dark days and nights, I think we need reminding that the sun is there, the sun is out there. But of course, this festival is really one of the dead. And it appears in many guises all over Northern Europe. A festival of the dead you would not think would be that important, but of course it is important when you think of it because it gives us hope in a sense. It gives us a connection to all our ancestors. They're close, the veil thins out. Our ancestors are close, our ancestors make us what we are. I may not have liked some of my ancestors, in fact I'm pretty sure I wouldn't, but they have made us what we are. They are part of this unbroken line. And I don't mean things like DNA testing. I mean the fact that we are descended in an unbroken line, whether or not we know what it is. Because when you think of it, although I've done a lot of genealogy in my time and looked back for my family history and gone back away, but it only takes one affair and you don't know who your ancestors were. You know the old saying, it's a wise man that knows his own father. That's what it was. You don't know. And it doesn't really matter, by and large. So it is a festival of the dead. Even the ancient Egyptians celebrated a festival round about that time, the end of October, the last day. The Netchiyet festival, where they put onions around, they bring the mummies out and stick onions around their necks. Why do we do it? Well, I think just as the sun is dying away, just as the plants are dying away, the crops are dying, everything is dying away. But we know that with a little effort, it's going to come back. With a little effort, we plant seeds, we will have a harvest next year. And in the same way, if we plant seeds of a spiritual sort now, then the ancestors will be reunited with us. And they are. They're all about. They haven't left us. You know, they're close. So I think myself that's what it is. I mean, I hope you have great fun with it and I hope you enjoy it, but don't lose the focus, don't lose the central part of it, that we're celebrating loss, the loss of the son, the loss of ancestors, maybe the loss of parents, I mean relatives, of friends, but we're also celebrating the fact that we know we will all be back together again in some shape or form. We are trying, if you like, to make connections. We are trying to reach out to the sun. It's not about some sort of happy clappy party at the end of the day where all the dead are waiting for us and won't we all be happy. I mean, I can think of a few dead relatives I wouldn't want to see again. I'm sure they wouldn't want to see me. We've got to be realistic about it. It's a deeper level than that. And this is part and parcel now of what being a witch really means. Think about it, go away, think about it. What deeper level? What possible deeper levels could there be? Because there are. And they'll be different for you, different for me, different for somebody else. That doesn't matter. What you're doing is you're exploring your interior self, your inner self. And you have to do that in order to progress as a witch. It's not about just doing spells, just doing all the light and shiny stuff, if you like. Nor is it about doing dark and chaos. It's about exploring your inner self and seeing what's buried away in there. You might be surprised. Anyway, best of luck with it. Hope you have a wonderful festival. And thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.